Is the major selling point of the new iPhone really just the type of metal it's made out of? I was really looking forward to the new iPhone because I assumed it would have some major technological advances, speed, processing power, camera clarity, etc. But after I looked at the specs compared to the last iPhone, while there are some marginal improvements, they seem to really just be marketing the fact that it's made out of titanium as if that's some earth-shaking change. Have we reached a plateau in phone technology or something? Somebody link me this video mocking the lack of changes and it had me rolling. It has a larger number too. It's the only one with USB-C. Jokes aside, yeah, we have pretty much reached maturity from a technology standpoint that yearly releases are more like refinements and tune-ups than groundbreaking, like when we went from nothing to corded phones to mobile phones to slim form factor. Nothing that comes out every year will have much advancement this late in its lifetime. You can only advance tech so much in 1 year. And the law of diminishing returns applies. Think about video games too. Every game that has a new release every year is just the same game reskinned. It's just the nature of development. If you are upgrading every year, you are a sucker. I got a 15. It is much better than my 8. I think we reached the point of diminishing returns a few models ago. Have we reached a plateau in phone technology or something? Pretty much. Yeah. Tech is ultimately driven by how many transistors you can fit on a chip. And that's limited by the size of light waves. You can expect to get about 8 years of use out of an iPhone. My iPhone is about 8 years old. Still works, though. I think they used the metal as a marketing point to deter from the USB-C change they were forced to make. I'd like it if they made it a bit thicker with more battery life. The current design has the damn camera lenses sticking out of the phone. Just make the phone thicker and put a bigger battery or more storage in it. Ray tracing? Heck, that chip can play Death Stranding, Mirage, Re8 e Re4. Find another phone other than the 15 that can run those games. I wish they kept the S naming. We'd be on like iPhone 9s if there was truth in advertising. Don't forget the new connector that every other phone has had for the last few years. But, it's got a titanium band. New phones aren't worth it every release. Yes. We have reached a plateau in phone technology. A few years back. For me, I was excited that they're finally using USB-C. Now I can take pictures with my old camera, which doesn't have Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, and upload photos immediately with a card reader for sharing. Google integrated AI into their new Pixel. It's kinda neat. It is when they have nothing else to really brag about. If you look at any top brand phones, all yearly models are marginal improvements. Every 2-4 years some major design change happens. Brands release new phones yearly to keep up the flow of income. You buy a phone, use it for 4-5 years and need to replace it. Good thing the phone you want is released annually, so you can get the newest model or buy the old model for way cheaper. The real benefit here is that current phones will last a lot longer than before now that the yearly increase in performance is minimal as before, when new iOS updates would add too much complexity to the old ones. No longer the same issue. I believe the point of the metal is to make them lighter. In the last few years, people have been complaining more and more about the weight increasing every generation. It doesn't seem like much, but it's noticeable to me. Though my phone is only 2 years old, so it'll be years before I upgrade. But as many have mentioned here, UI improvements have been incremental on smartphones for a long time. Biggest thing have been foldable screens, but personally I don't find them interesting yet. We are currently in an iterative, not innovative, cycle when it comes to smartphones. It's been this way for a while. You will not see huge jumps like the early days. At least until something happens in the broader tech market. Just so people are aware, I have some watches made from titanium and they scratch pretty easily. Titanium is not scratch resistant at all. It's titanium, isn't that enough? Titanium man, titanium. I just bought the new phone. It replaced my iPhone XS. So I saw some major improvements and I'm honestly satisfied. I don't expect revolutionary new features on a phone every year. That expectation is frankly unrealistic. I don't plan on replacing this phone until maybe the iPhone 20. It's a little bit of a relief. I'm still learning a ton about my phone. I had no idea I could use the spacebar to move my cursor until like 6 months ago. It also makes a great hand warmer. Titanium go burr. For me, the selling points are USB-C minor. Improved camera, I use it as my day-to-day camera. And improved performance minor. I used to upgrade yearly. But last year my wife got the new one. So I have an iPhone 13 that I'm thinking of trading in. Which reduces the price by 50. As I use the device daily for work. It's also a tax-deductible expense for me. Which reduces the real cost by another 50 or so. In the end, I get a new phone after 2 years. With some okay enhancements. For about 25 of the list price. So why not? It'll run Resident Evil, I forget which one natively. I'm actually curiously watching what they do with AAA games. Not because I think it'll be some hot new market nobody develops for Mac anyways. But it'll be interesting at least. As a deaf person, man, have they added some serious accessibility. It's like when The Simpsons had the episode with Malibu Stacy getting a hat and the fans went wild for it. That's pretty much how the new iPhone is. What's astronomically insane to me is that every one of their phones are made with titanium. This isn't some big thing. They're marketing it like crazy. And they do it every time a new phone is released. I mean, it comes from the edge of the universe. From my perspective, though I don't own the newest phone. No, I don't think material is the primary attraction. For me it is the OS. And length of support for updates. And security support. I have the 13 mini as I like the size. Also, when the battery is eventually bad, I'll just get a new one put in. All these phones nowadays seem huge. Personally, I'd like to see a under-display fingerprint scanner in the future, man shrugging. Hey, according to some news items it has a built-in hand warmer or fire starter too. And given it *s titanium, you could arguable fry a small quail's egg on it as well. Titanium is awesome. Light but super tough. Why it's only worth upgrading every couple of years, emo. You see a bigger difference. I went from 11 to 15 Pro and it's a big upgrade. I really have to ask the question of why would you look forward to a new phone? If you need a new phone then it's fine. But people who update phones every 1-3 years make no sense to me. I don't know. What else are they supposed to do at this point? There's literally no reason or need for new phone models every year. 99% of phone features aren't even used by the vast majority of people buying them, and the act's been reported for years already. At this point, the mobile business is just a scam we all keep buying into.